Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we're going to do one of these team versus team videos here. In this one, we are going to be, basically I just wanted to get, like, what I think would be the strongest setup or one of the strongest setups for 9th Anniversary Carnival Gogeta and 9th Anniversary Dokkanfest LR Broly, right? Now, again, I was just looking to get, like, a very competitive setup for both characters. Broly, as a Dokkanfest LR, has a much superior leader skill over what Gogeta has, right? Gogeta has a good, I think Carnival LR leader skills are fine, right? Like, Movie Hero 200% is absolutely A-okay. But, obviously, Broly has, a much stronger leader skill overall. So, I mean, it is a little weird. This is where I think you could get a valid criticism in for Broly, though. Because it's like, alright, like, I want to bring, like, like, one of the strongest setups I could think of for Broly. Like, maybe, we could have ran, like, Tech Vegeta. And honestly, I probably should have just gotten rid of, like, I don't know, Evolution Blue Vegeta or something like that to get Tech Vegeta on Broly's team. Obviously, we could have done that. But I just wanted to try and get, like, as strong as a setup as we can. And you can see that, I mean, with Broly's setup, it's just dominated by superhero characters, right? So it's like most of these teams, I mean, we're using a lot of similar characters in both teams. Now, Broly, Broly, Chan, Lemo, I decided I would run them. And it's like, if you're going to run them, they can be very good, but they need a ton of help, right? Like, they're a character that kind of has to be dragged along as well. So, of course, we need Gogeta on the team, on the Broly side of things, because, again, Gogeta is the best Rainbow Orb Changer we have in the game, for sure. And then I also decided to bring Blue Cow King Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta as well, because they're going to be very elite also, in terms of their Rainbow Orb Changing. So, one good thing is, between the two things of footage, we have 2 Gogetas and 2 Brolys, right? It's like, on the right side, we only have 1 Gogeta, but on the left side, we have a Gogeta plus 2 Brolys. So I felt like that works well, right? We have 2 Gogetas and 2 Brolys here, but I was mostly just looking for kind of like the best setup I could get for them. The other good thing, too, is that Broly, I mean, you do want to keep him on rotation. I mean, I think that's something that's going to hurt Broly big time eventually, coming up probably very soon. Remember, he has the very horrible transformation condition, and if you float him off even once before you get a chance to transform, it's just like you're just never going to see that transformation. The condition is so bad. Whereas Gogeta will probably age a lot better, right? Because we have to float him. You have to float him, and then he comes back and he's got, the stronger dodge, and he's better. It's going to be similar. 9th Anniversary Carnival Gogeta's aging is actually probably going to be similar to the 5th Anniversary Blue Fusion's aging, right? It's going to be a similar thing, where the 5th Anniversary Blue Fusions, right, because they're characters that directly want to be floated off, that means we're going to be able to, have them away from really a lot of damage, and then they show up, and then they've got 100% dodge, and then, we're going to be kind of cooking and stuff like that. Now, I mean, Beast is going to have a huge impact on both of these runs. I probably will, when Global gets the part 2 of its anniversary, I probably will do a team versus team as well for, I mean, it's going to be, I don't know how, like, a team versus team for Beast versus the Gammas. I mean, I guess, I don't know, maybe for the Gammas, I'll just make sure to run, like, Gamma 1 and 2, or run, like, vastly different versions of the team or something. I'm not really too sure. So we're gonna have Broly, Chan, Lemo. I mean, they should be able to get, their orbs reasonably throughout this video, since we do have multiple Rainbow Orb Changers. The team on the right is, like, invincible. There's just, like, outside of, I mean, it pretty much never happens, but I mean, AGL UI Goku, I guess, could get caught. Tech UI Goku, I mean, gets caught a lot, right? It could be something like that. Over here, we got a pretty unfortunate rotation. I mean, this is born from Broly's horrible transformation condition. Well, one of it, because it's like we get the friend Broly turn 1. I can't float him off. We want to actually transform. So then we end up with a double Broly turn as well as Broly, Chan, Lemo. Now here, you get a situation like this, and we just have to hope for good RNG. I don't trust BROLY, Chai, and Limo in a situation like that. If we had put them in slot 1, I think we very likely would have died, right? It's like BROLY, Chai, and Limo can be very good, or they could suck absolute asshole. It's, you know, you can't, no matter what anyone wants to pretend to do or say, you never know what you're going to get with them, right? It's like, it's not always sunshine and rainbows where the orb changers can save the day 100% of the time, right? So here, we did kind of have to just get lucky, and we did. If Gogeta had super attacked right away, would we have died? Maybe. Probably. If Gogeta would have supered right away, we probably would have died. This BROLY did have a stack up from his first turn, though, right? So, that you know, BROLY does get defense for a couple of turns once he actually supers. So that certainly could have helped us quite a bit. And then, I mean, we're still in kind of like scary mode. By the way, here's the problem with the Gammas, is this is another thing that could happen with Gamma 1 and 2. Look at this. We're on turn 4, and Gammas haven't had a chance. Like, I like the Gammas, but it's just, you know, like, you see, like, that run, the Gammas just never even got into their second form. And it's like running a team as strong as this, you know, it's like we're not going to take damage. All right, so BROLY, Chai, and Limo do give us dodges and stuff, which is good. Yeah, the Gammas are probably the worst unit we have on the team on the right side for sure. It's like if you're not able to get into their standby, they have a great condition, but I mean, if you're gonna eliminate the boss so fast that the Gammas in slot 3 or something like that can't even attack, like it's, you know, gonna slow us down quite a bit. Over on the left side, the Brolys are handling business here. Both of them did a lot of attacks, a lot of damage. Next turn, we are going to be ready to actually transform into BROLY. Typically, I've found that BROLY can hit STR Gogeta at the end, sort of with a touch of death. So I think, like, transform BROLY will touch Gogeta, and then that should be that for the fight, right, in terms of this. Now, by the way, I decided, you know, Gogeta and BROLY, both big anniversary characters. They're, of course, you know, I mean, meant to be utilized for sure against some of these big fights that we got going on over here. So, I picked Supreme Magnificent Battle Gogeta, which, I mean, well, I don't know that anyone considers it the hardest fight in the game anymore, but it's certainly a very, very competitive top 5 level difficulty fight. So we have this, and then we're going to immediately go into the final stage of the first Supreme Magnificent Battle, and we're going to fight Beast Gohan. Those are going to be the 2 fights we're going to do with this run. So, again, I did pick very difficult fights that we're going to do here. Like, we're not exactly doing, you know, quest mode level stages or anything. We went into real big boy stages. So, I feel like it probably would be very good to kill Gogeta on the left side team right here. To kill Gogeta instantly on this first turn, and then we can go into the next turn, right? We'll have a Rainbow Orb changer for BROLY, Chai, and Limo. Hopefully we can get them in slot 1. We'll be able to transform a BROLY, and BROLY will be able to end this shit. Because, again, once we actually transform with him, he should be able to finish off Gogeta pretty effortlessly. Over on the right, TechUI Goku is transformed, and he is absolutely dominating Gogeta. Gogeta put quite a few attacks in slot 1, which means TechUI Goku is able to do this, and then it just gets very filthy for the enemies once that happens. Keep in mind, though, that TechUI Goku's domain does buff the enemy Gogeta as well. That's the thing with domains, right? Like, Broly's domain could hurt the superclass characters on his team. It could, although the superclass characters we brought with us are very difficult to get hurt significantly. It's very hard for Beast and Vegeta to die. Gogeta dies a lot easier since, you know, again, supers or something like that, it is dodge or die, but Beast and Evolution Blue Vegeta, it's very, very difficult for them to get killed. So, I mean, Broly's domain can hurt them, but it's not common. And then UI Goku's domain just straight up buffs superclass enemies. But we have just an elite, ridiculous rotation right here. We're going to kill, on the right side team is going to one-turn this Gogeta. Like, Gogeta's a tough fight, right? But, I mean, he just doesn't have the HP to deal with these characters. We have UI Goku's domain up. Vegeta and UI Goku are both going to drop their actives. They're going to do 1 billion damage. Surely I pop Beast's active and put him in slot 3, and then all these hits are going to come in, and we're going to one-turn him. And then over here on the left side, we're going to be able to this should be an easy, yeah, we got very lucky. So we easily could have been destroyed here against this last phase. I've explained many times that this last phase here is kind of like an RNG circus. It's a lottery machine, this last Gogeta phase. Because we can see the right side team has to deal with an AoE, but it's an AoE in slot 2. The left side team has no AoE at all. Gogeta sometimes can AoE multiple times. Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta are pretty solid for this fight, but I usually don't run them because they could get absolutely killed easily, effortlessly by this Gogeta. If Gogeta would super and then AoE, like, we're done. Right, but we got lucky, he's not AoEing. And again, remember, this Gogeta is so devastating that it's not just surviving his super. Post-super normals by Gogeta are ridiculous, right? So, Broly Chan Lemo, I made sure, if you noticed, by the way, to get the STR key spheres with them, which is going to give the, so we're getting extra attack support for Broly, and then, of course, there's also Rainbow Orb support for Broly. So Broly is going to be heavily juiced up by Broly Chan Lemo. And then on the right side, having UI Goku plus Evolution Blue Vegeta side by side, it just means, wow, dude, we get another 3 dodge. Guys, my Beast, that's so crazy, man. I love being right sometimes. I'm sorry. When it comes to the dodge shit, like, I do feel like I know better than a lot of people once we start talking about that dodge shit, man. My Beast has 3 dodge. And it's just like the amount of super attacks we've seen him dodge is a lot. Now, I guess to be fair, right there, it's not like Beast got a chance to attack anyway. But the reason that's Beast would have taken double-digit damage, but Gogeta would seal him. You dodge a super like that, you're doing damage. People are obsessed with damage. I see people say, like, yeah, I don't like dodging because why would I dodge when I could just kill the boss or they kill me? Like no offense, but just an idiotic, moronic take, which is just not rooted in reality, that you're able to really do that. But dodge can allow you to actually do more damage as well against these bosses that seal and stun you and shit like that, which is actually a thing that happens. I think we probably, the superhero team pulled ahead a little bit. That UI Goku plus Vegeta dub, like, those two linked up like that shit was ridiculous. So I guess the true superhero team, they pulled slightly ahead right there in front. I guess one thing is, I mean, this isn't, I would also stress to you guys, this is not like a race, really. This is more so just seeing what the two things look like side by side. So what we have here, again, is, we're seeing Gogeta in, either his best setup or let's just say one of their best setups. I think for both Broly and Gogeta, I think that's true that we have them in at least one of their best setups. Now, let's just keep going. We load in, looks like we got, 7 easy orbs right away, which is pretty good for us. Now, keep in mind that with this fight, now, I'll make sure that you guys understand, with the teams we have, we are blazing fast killing these bosses. So, at basically the entire length of this fight, in the back of my head, well, I guess it's more so in the front of my head, I am well aware that Beast Gohan can lock us in slot 1 once we reach that final phase. So the entire time going through here, it's like, if you notice, I will continually, throughout both of these, runs here, we're going to be floating elite characters, defensive characters, in slot 3. We're going to keep floating them. And that way, it's going to, so that if we reach Beast towards the end, we'll have the characters necessary in order to actually survive against Beast Gohan, right? Because Beast Gohan does have a tendency to lock a character in slot 1 and then super attack them. And, it might be a weak character or something like that. It can be tough. Now, keep in mind that in this fight, Beast can only super attack in slot 1 once we get the end, which is good. Also, I guess, I mean, it's a good thing it's not a race, because Broly, maybe it's just on my device. Maybe if I do have this phone for Legends, but I don't really play Legends very much. So it's like, I guess I could swap over to it. But Broly's animations in particular are so elaborate and so high quality that you see that long pause before the Broly animations, which, you know, I guess would slow us down a little bit as well. So again, look at the team on the right here. This is the thing where it's like, okay, I believe if we float Vegeta off right here, Vegeta will have had the 5 hits he needs in order to have his revive. So we could safely float him and put him in front of the Beast Gohan Super, no problem. Because even if he gets one-shotted, he'll revive for us, no problem whatsoever. The Gammas aren't built for Beast. Well, I mean, they are really good for this fight, but they're not built for Beast until they're in that final phase. Like that, or their final form. Like, once they're in that last form, they can really, really do amazing in that last phase, right? Like, the Gammas in the Artificial Life Form mission were absolutely monstrous at getting this done. But, I mean, I did have a lot of runs go sideways because of the Gammas in this original. Remember, it's so funny, because global players, I mean, Gresh has already told me his plans that he cannot wait to just beat the Artificial Life Form mission in here in one try and be like, oh my god, that's what is so tough. You JP players suck balls. Well, I mean, Gresh didn't say all that. Like, I'm kind of also taking what other people are saying, but like, I know a lot of people. Gresh has said that he is looking forward to beating it in one try, right? And saying, oh, this was so tough. But like, I know a lot of people are ready. They're ready to throw out that, oh my god, this is what was so hard. Oh my god, we're so clever. Well, it's like, yeah, dude. I mean, back when this mission dropped on JP, the Artificial Life Form mission, it was very tough. And it was. But keep in mind, the first day this was out, we didn't even have LR Buhan, who was, you know, I mean, I think LR Buhan was the MVP when I did get the run done. Although, of course, we have the epic STR Kid Buu shit as well. Okay, so the team on the right, they're going to do fine. Right about here, it's time to focus on the team on the left. So where is the super attack right there? That's right there in the second of okay. So, the team on the left is about to die right here. It is. You know, spoiler alert, oh my god, the team on the left is going to die. Now, I don't... Maybe a long time ago in one of these team versus videos, we had a team die. But it does happen right here. It's kind of an unfortunate situation. And, I mean, it's a little... my disdain for Broly, Cha, and Limo, unfortunately, we get to talk about it. But I'm kind of like, just like setting it up. It's going to be on this next rotation. Occasionally, the game does throw real bullshit at you. And that's exactly what happens on the second, like, turn in the second. Like, the team on the right, I mean, there's no challenge in this fight. Like, this fight is designed to stomp mostly on weaker characters. Really top-tier characters are not gonna struggle tremendously in here. Like, I don't know, like Broly is really good for this fight, because it's not like Broly will just easily be able to sit in, like, slot 2, transform, and do a ton of damage against Beast. Alright, so here's the turn where we die. So, Gohan, I mean, obviously I don't know where he's super attacking. Gohan is supering in slot 2. It's utter bullshit. The singular attack in slot 2 is Gohan super. So I'm looking at this, and it's like, again, I'm doing this team versus team challenge, so I don't want to reset the app. Like, so it's like, I don't want to gamble on getting all of the orbs, and then, oh no, I don't have orbs for Broly, Cha, and Lemo. So what I decide to do is, okay, we'll just do this. It's one attack right there that, you know, Blue Kaioken, Goku, and Evolution Vegeta. One normal is not going to be bad for them. And then we get our 7 orbs for Broly, Cha, and Lemo. By the way, I have to float Broly, Cha, and Lemo on this rotation. I have to. Blue Kaioken, Goku, and Evolution Vegeta and Broly cannot be put in slot 1 against Beast. But, again, we just get cocked because Gohan Super's in slot 2 right here. I held back orbs for Blue Kaioken, Evolution Vegeta to give to shitty Chi-Lai and Lemo, and that ends up getting us killed. right? I do have a lot of dodge in Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, so they certainly could have dodged, but that's obviously not what happens. They actually get smoked, so, you know, it is what it is. You know, nothing I can do. If I died in one of these, I didn't want to just like, you know, oh, I'll just throw the whole video out and start from the beginning. What we'll do is we die, and then we'll just immediately go right back into the same run, right? And then we'll finish the run out. I don't change the team or anything like that. I mean, I would just consider this a very unlucky situation. This was just very unlucky. So of course they double normal, and then the one attack in the middle is super, and we don't dodge, right? It's just like 7 things had to hit right there, and it did. Now I really want to blame that on BROLY Chanlimo, because I mean, I guess it's my fault for deciding to run them. If you want to say you're an idiot for running BROLY Chanlimo, that's fair, dude. I mean, you could say that. I think that's very fair. Maybe you want to say, you know, get that mid off the team and put like Tech Vegeta on there. I think that's very valid. Very valid. But I decided to run them, and they got us cooked. They got us cooked. Because it's like Blue Kaioken, Evolution Blue Vegeta. They, by the way, they could eat that Gohan Super. They could eat that shit for like double digits, but you need to give them a lot of rainbow orbs. And, I mean, to be fair, they do need to give us additional supers as well. I mean, you know, the dreaded normal, you know, my worst enemy of all time. There's Beast Gohan Super on the right there. We saw it. It does stun, but, I mean, here's the thing. We have the horses ready to go in this run to completely dominate. There's just nothing Beast can do against, like, a really ultra competitive team, where we have, like, target mechanics and just all types of good stuff. And there's just not much that this guy can do. I don't know what it is, because the locking is tough. I mean, he does super for 3 million. I do think this fight would be way harder, if Beast could super in any slot and, like, add 4 more attacks to him per turn, and he could super in any slot, and this fight is maybe the hardest fight in the game. But the limited amount of attacks he does, because if you guys notice this Beast Gohan fight, he doesn't attack as many times as other major bosses do. So because of that, you know, like with him not attacking as much as other bosses, it is easier to hide characters at the end, provided you don't have a weaker character potentially in slot 1. Now, if the fight goes on long enough, I've literally had it happen where the boss will lock the character in slot 3, they show up again in slot 1 3 turns later, and then they get locked in slot 1. I've had that happen. So you're not always able to just, you know, watch who you're not floating and stuff like that. It's something that certainly can happen. Now, we are, I think, gonna just keep using Beast Gohans. Well, actually, there's several different things. I could either, because we have Vegeta's Revive up, right? So we could either revive or, well, I didn't see, is this Revive up? Occasionally, it's tough to get Vegeta. Like, even if you're playing to win and playing to get Vegeta's Revive, it's not always the easiest shit in the world to get. I mean, maybe if someone wants to say, well, I'm free to play and every single fight I do goes to turn 12, sure, right? Sure. But, I mean, I'm wrapping up fights typically on, you know, turn 5. Turn 5 is very common. Although, you know, this fight, I guess, does go a bit longer because Ultimate Gohan has the Ki Blast. Like, the thing that keeps Kid Buu in the fight so long is his melee nullification, right? Well, it's kind of a similar thing in here. Beast having the Ki Blast nullification in his Ultimate Gohan state, and then also having the Beast Armor, I call it, where he takes 0 damage if you hit him for under 3 million. That type of stuff can make the fight actually last a little bit longer, right? Especially think of characters like Physical Rose, Physical Blue Kaioken, Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? These types of characters, they're designed to do a lot of additional normals. And, I mean, a lot of times additional normals are not going to be doing enough damage to actually damage Beast. I mean, Rose, after, you know, if it's like he's done, you know, 4 or 5 attacks deep, like, even his normals can start to do enough damage. I think if Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, I mean, if they critted on their normals, I think that also would definitely do enough damage. But obviously, as you guys, yeah, it's crit for 0, exactly like that. As you guys see, though, we're going to end significantly faster on the right side than we did on the left side. And it's mostly because of that death on Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. I mean, they are a character that, I mean, they can get caught, but again, that was kind of a very, I mean, I'll just say that was a bullshit-ass situation. Because the thing is, if I would have given all the orbs to Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, there's no telling what the field of orbs would have looked like for Broly, Chun, Lemon in slot 3. We don't know, because it would have determined on what orbs spawned in afterwards. So I just flat out thought it was better to, yeah, because there's no way there's one attack in the middle and it's a super attack, but of course that's what ended up happening. But I felt like it was just better to, you know, have risk their orbs and then give it all to Broly, Chan, Lemon. Remember, we had to float Broly, Chan, Lemon as well because of Beast. On the right side here, we get Gogeta's active. We get to show that in the video, which I'm very pleased about. Gogeta's active. Remember, Gogeta is the closer. If you get to the point where you're popping this, you've won, probably. Because, I mean, we finish off the fight with the active right there. But remember, he gets 100% dodge and then draws all attacks towards himself. That is, in particular, much better than Beast Gohan's active in some of these elite phases here. In Sword of Hope Trunks, STR Blue Gogeta, this physical Beast, you know, Trunks and Beast stun, Gogeta seals. So it's like, you know, even though Beast will tank the attacks for double digits, he'll then get stunned or sealed and not be able to counterattack. Whereas Gogeta, you know, is going to have his 100% dodge. So, all right, there we go. So we finished stuff on the right. Full power superhero is basically not able to be challenged. I mean, it's probably not a good thing for the game. I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. You know, they could drop Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in Legends, and it's so fun the first day. He's so cool. But then, like, you know, you're going to get to day 2, and it's like, oh my god, like, I can't attack this guy. And I'm going to be doing this for the next 4 months. This is very annoying. Right? In Dokkan, we're just bullying bosses, right? Like, you guys aren't loading into PvP and queuing up against me with my full Rainbow Team, full Link level 10, and full perfect equips across the board, right? Good builds on all these characters. You guys aren't, you know, you're fighting the boss. And at the moment in 2024, the bosses are weaker than our characters dominate the bosses. It's not even close, right? Like, almost no boss in the game can do anything to Beast Gohan. He's nigh untouchable in this game. So it's like, really, we just get these crazy characters and we're just bullying the bosses. And it's like, the bosses can't really do much to us. So it's like, you know, when they, you know, we could get into the whole argument of, oh my god, is Beast Gohan so good, too good, that he's actually bad for the game? And it's like, possibly, maybe, but at the same time, we don't have to fight that Beast Gohan. I mean, I guess you could, because I don't think they're going to design events around Beast Gohan anytime soon. They can't. Because if they designed a fight around Beast Gohan, it would be unclearable for a lot of the game. I don't think it's going to happen. Beast is just going to end up being an outlier in Dokkan history, I think, of one of the strongest characters ever. I mean, could there be a character in the future who's way better than Beast and has a bigger impact than Beast in the game's history? Yeah, definitely. But right now, I mean, I still maintain he's the strongest unit in history. It's crazy. So like that, of course, the team on the right side gets unchallenged. The team on the left side, I mean, it wasn't really a weakness of any characters per se. It was more so just really, really bad luck. If we want to blame anyone, I blame Broly Chan the most. Of course. The greediest piece of shit character in existence, right? But what their abilities, their dodging, and the support is so good, it makes you want to run them. And, I mean, obviously, I wanted to try and get some villains on there. I really should have brought Tech Vegeta. I truly do regret not bringing Tech Vegeta, because Tech Vegeta and Broly are such a great combo, right? Like, I really could have done that. But that last slot, where I would have put Tech Vegeta on the team, I brought Blue Kaioken Evolution Blue Vegeta. And, I mean, to be fair, they are truly the character that did die there. Now, I mean, I think we're about to wrap this up, because, so what, we survive, and then we're gonna have Broly transformed, and then, like, that's gonna be it. Like, this, I think we take most of this guy's health right here. Like, I think we're gonna just completely pretty much eradicate this guy right here. You know, because Broly, once he transforms, he does become very impressive. You know, damage is something so easily emulated by good characters, right? Like, throughout the entirety of a fight, like, I mean, I feel like UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta are just outputting way more damage than Broly, because, you know, the whole way through the fight, Vegeta and Goku are likely at least super double critting, right? They get guaranteed crits at 24 key. Base Broly is just nothing compared to UI and Vegeta. And it's like, base Broly is stronger offensively than them once he transforms, right? Or transform Broly is stronger offensively than Vegeta and Goku, but it takes so long to get there, right? That it's like, throughout the course of an event, UI and Vegeta are doing way more damage. By the way, so that was a turn where we didn't have Beasts active up, huh? I guess by choosing to float him, I mean, I knew Beast would be fine to live against the enemy Beast Gohan Super. Like, we wouldn't have any problems there. But it is funny, you know, being on turn 5 without getting a hit, right? Every fight, like, you know, the structure of every run is going to go different. All right, so let's see what Broly Chan Lemo, or what, excuse me, LR Broly gives us right here. What types of damage, what types of crits we're going to get. Broly is a great character for this guy, because of the fact that, you know, all of these are, like, they're guaranteed supers. That he's not doing this shit 50% addition, like, normal, 70% it's a super. Like, he just does guaranteed supers. Guaranteed supers with 52% chance to crit built in. So he is really bringing the hammer here on Beast. And I think he's gonna, he just does massive damage. This is why people love him, because every time we get to this point right here, where we see Broly doing this, I do acknowledge, yes, this is fun. What is fun in Dokkan? It's, alright, Broly is on his 5th 20 million super of the turn. That sounds pretty fun to me, right? Of course. Actually, I guess we would die here. Vegeta would get killed here if Beast supers right away, but obviously Vegeta getting killed, we would just revive right here. So let me know what you guys think of, like, Broly's team, Gogeta's teams, and stuff like that. I mean, what is funny is, for a lot of these fights, it does feel to me like Gogeta and Broly were kind of like spectators in a lot of this video. Although Broly did great damage last turn, and Broly did do great damage to finish off the Gogeta Supreme Magnificent battle, that first one as well. And then, to be fair, we did see Blue Gogeta finish off the Beast Gohan fight with his actual active right there. Does Beast super right away? I think he might not. No, he does. Okay. Yeah, this will kill Vegeta, right? Vegeta can be tanky, but obviously Vegeta's not Beast Gohan, right? Like, you know, some people have at points said, like, oh yeah, he's better than Beast or close to Beast. And it's like, no. We saw Beast Gohan, who hadn't been built up at all, what he looked like, and what Vegeta looked like in front of that super attack. I mean, Vegeta has type disadvantage, sure, but Beast did 900k damage through 60% damage reduction. So many of these damage, like the huge damage we take from these bosses, often is really ridiculous, because it's like we're taking so much damage, and it's like through guard with damage reduction is what is, again, routinely happening. I think we will probably kill here. This is a great turn to potentially show Gogeta, right? So we're actually going to get to see a bunch of turns of Gogeta's active in this video. That's pretty good. So Gogeta's going to do this. Remember, he gets 100% dodge, 100% dodge, and then he builds up that permanent crit with every single dodge he does in blue. I really do like Gogeta's design. I just feel like I would like it a lot better, though, if he just transformed turn 4 start of battle. Unfortunately now, it's very obvious they're going to continue to do this, not, 4th turn start of battle, 5th turn start of battle, but 4th turn, from first appearance, 5th turn from first appearance. It's very obvious that's what Dokkan is going to continue to do. which is just very frustrating. And the reason it's so frustrating is because it puts a lot of extra, like, the fight is determined even more so by opening rotations, right? Like Tekui Goku or Broly, if your Broly starts in slot 7, you can't transform with him until turn 7. And I mean, it's pretty rare to get to a turn, like turns like that. Is this turn 7 right here? It is turn 7, and we only got here because we had a turn where Vegeta got one shot and then revived, but it was basically a turn where we did no damage to the enemy Beast Gohan, right? Like, we did 0 damage to him and he insta-killed us. So it's tough to get to like this turn if you're gonna get bad luck. And I mean, funny enough too, one huge problem people had with Fusion Zamasu, the Fusion Zamasu Red Zone fight, is people hated dealing with opening rotation RNG simulator. But I mean, with these characters that have, 4th turn from start of turn, 5th turn from start of turn, where they start in the opening rotations is a huge determining factor. And we get the Gogeta KO screen there as well. Nice, okay. So this was good. We did get to see a lot of good stuff from both Gogeta and Broly throughout the video, so that's awesome. So let me know what you guys think of both characters, Gogeta, Broly, and the teams that we ran them on. Obviously, again, I was not really looking to just run double Broly, double Gogeta, but more so like, at a really good setup for both. It's just mainly what I was looking for. And I do think we definitely did accomplish that. So let me know what you guys think of Broly as well as Gogeta. Let me just wait. I'll keep doing commentary until I hit that damn button right there. Let me show the two things. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.